Welcome back to another drawing with Trowbro, and today we're going to be looking at how to make some more origami. So I should call this Folding with Trowbro because we're going back to the country of Japan and learning more about the art of folding paper into little sculptures, little 3D artworks. So today we're going to be learning how to make an origami fish. Now, origami is not something that you just make once and maybe you get it, sometimes you don't. Instead, it takes a couple tries. I usually don't make something with origami just once and then I'm done. It usually takes me 2 or 3 tries to make something really good out of a piece of paper. So let's get started.
Alright, so before we can start making some really fun origami, first we need to get a perfect square out of our paper. And the easiest way to do that is to take a piece of copy paper or printer paper or any piece of paper really that's a rectangle and fold it from the corner so that this top edge right here meets this edge. And you want this corner right here to be as pointy as possible. Line it up so it's nice and flat, and then once it's lined up perfectly straight and flat, you're going to want to crease it all the way down. And you're going to see that you have this nice rectangle right here on the side. You're going to want to get a pair of scissors, and you can either cut it or you can have your mom cut it to make sure it's nice and straight, but you make sure you cut it straight down that line. And that is going to give you a perfect square right there. So now I open this up and I have a perfect square. Folds. Woohoo! Alright, let's get started making origami. Alright, now we are going to learn how to make an origami fishy. So, to get started, I'm going to take a piece of paper that I cut into a square. Then I'm going to start by going from bottom to top, folding this paper in half from bottom to top. Make sure my corners are lined up. Once they're lined up, hold it down, crease it, then open it up. Ooh la la, a nice valley fold right down there at the bottom. Now I'm going to close it like a book. I'm going to grab it from the left and pretend like I'm reading a book and I'm done. I'm closing it, getting my corners lined up perfectly on the top and the bottom, or at least as close as you can, depending on how square your piece of paper is. Once they are lined up, I am then going to crease it and then open it back up. So now I have a plus sign inside of my square. Now, super important, this part. I'm now going to turn my paper over. All right, now it looks kind of like a little tent. Little pop-up tent. Then I'm going to grab one corner and I'm going to take it to the other corner. So I'm going to fold it into a triangle this time. Make sure your corners are lined up. Then crease it. Then open it up. And then just like before, I got a line going right through it. And then I'm going to close it like a book. Make sure the corners are lined up. Once they are lined up, I'm going to crease it. Alright, now, I'm not going to open it back up. I'm actually going to keep it down. I'm going to grab it so that the point is standing up, and then hopefully, if you hold it, thumb and finger, you should want to make this shape right here. If it doesn't, then you might have made a mistake and you're going to need to rewind it and watch how I do it. Make sure you do rectangle to rectangle, then turn it over, and then triangle to triangle to get this shape. You can already see starting to look like a fish right now. Lay it nice and flat. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bottom and I'm going to fold it. And this isn't exact science. You just want to make sure you make like a nice triangle shape, and it goes from the top. And maybe you need to take a few chances, try it. You might mess up, it's all right. And you're going to grab the top, and you're going to fold it right along that line. You bring it down, and you crease it. Crease it, press down nice and hard, and then turn it over. And then you have your origami fish. It's kind of boring right now, all white, but once you color him, you can make him a rainbow, you can make him a goldfish, you can make him whatever color you want. Red fish, blue fish, green fish, 2 fish, 3 fish. All right, just like a Dr. Seuss book. Watch this. Whoop, I can turn around. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Oh, please color me. And that is Origami Fish.